infinite expansion thereupon, folding in on itself in a glittery haze, memories begotten representing their divinity in cyclicality, but never forgotten, profound sadness at failed attempts to recapture the horizons once slept beneath. Under that sky, that beautiful sky, streaks of crimson painted the memory on your canvas as we remembered the summers of yore. The same paintings hang on walls in empty castles, unseen by those who still roam silently these forgotten halls. I see it again, but it was never as wide as the emptiness wherein you once resided. The good times beckoning me forth, but I can never follow. Golden reminders of the twilight years of our kingdom sit under a layer of grime and dust. Statues crumble ever so slowly, and artifacts rest forgotten. In the high tower I sit, robes unchanged in a throne familiar. Beyond the chambers and beyond the windows is an unfamiliar sky. It's not the one we once knew. It's just been black clouds ever since. Sun rays peek through the morning mist, reflecting, obscuring the figure at the bus stop. But I knew her without seeing her. I filled in the gaps as I knew how to. She was an adolescent girl dressed in a school uniform with her head in her phone, fairly nondescript in nature, but her existence intersecting ever so briefly with mine, proving to fill my fantasies of the 20-minute drive in, the fire starter, if you will. My mind took flight as I imagined the idealized, techno-reclusive, social media corrupted reality of a modern teenager. Dark nights listening to Red Light on repeat, private messaging with a caffeine-overclocked heart, clock a tick-tocking, reminding us of the evanescent times spent therein. She would chart depths to which I could no longer fathom, depths to which I only wished to understand. This is when I began to feel terribly sad, unspecifically nostalgic for the vague feelings of isolation and disassociation I once found myself residing in as a high schooler. Feelings that I know the bus stop girl was still living for the first time like a virgin. I remembered the days when I stopped falling in love and rejecting their warmth, nights of waiting for a response that never came, stealing sidelong glances with eyes magnetic. Life then was needlessly chaotic, but all the while still exciting. Then I stopped talking to everyone and digitized my thoughts, living within and rearranging my consciousness to best suit my then novel lifestyle. Just before the late stage, she tried to reel me back, smiling and talking, but ultimately being their final weapon. It was exciting, but it meant nothing, so I pushed her away like I didn't have any emotions. The upload was completed. 4 digits. Say my name. I will respond. I was always there. Solitude accelerated under green light, aided further disassociation. Withheld emotions retaliated, but always justly struck down by my blade. There, but always here. Uploading memories to the web interface public domain. Still here, by your side. I will one day grow old enough to see everything around me rot and everyone I know die. Everything I know and love will fade away. After the end has passed, I will already be the decrepit king in a decaying castle, holding on to the memories of yesterday's romance. Every kingdom falls. The glory and tragedies of a secret life untold to the greater world. One day the throne will sit empty, and the fading flame of one will extinguish, a flame forgotten turn into dust, like embers fading in the cold of neverwinter. Not a soul left to carry the torch, and a legion we no longer are. The promise we made under the moonlight has long since been forgotten. The glory our blades once tasted has rusted our hearts infinitely. Time renders all for naught. Us knights of the old republic was brought to our knees by a collective abandonment. Only the fools remain, and the limits to our fantasies has been cast too far. Their swords have been recast into heavy industry, no longer resembling but a fragment of the power they once held within. A sword no longer you wield, a flame no longer you tender, my feeble body no longer able to bear the blade's weight, yet raise it still I do. I see the unsightly scene of a fool adorning the rusted crown of a fallen king, dancing in the courtyard with a rusted sword, a man playing make-believe because he is a fool, foolish for believing, foolish for still believing, yet spells still recasted by nameless wizards under the fading stars, for he still remembers those words. Upon cracked lips they dance knowing, his heart is not here nor there, somewhere beyond it lies, a place beyond compare. To him, the world still burns brightly and the romance of conquest still colors the air. I am still here.